YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with the video. We're going to be talking about this one specific player that must step up and play well if the Washington Commanders, in fact, want to make the playoffs, and not just make the playoffs, but actually make some noise while we're there. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below. You can like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when new content is posted to the channel like this. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Let's get straight into today's video. So as we know, the Washington Commanders are not a perfect team, okay? So there are countless positions, or there's countless players that you can choose from that you feel needs to step up if this team wants to make a push for a playoff spot. Washington currently sits at 7-5 on their bye week, and it feels good. This bye week has been cool. We don't have to worry about tomorrow at all. We can just watch some football. There are some big matchups that we have to keep an eye on, like Dallas and Philly, like Carolina and Seattle. Those are two big games that we have to pay our close attention to, because those can impact the Washington Commanders. Or it's in the Giants, they play I think they play Philly actually, and then Dallas plays Houston. Sorry about that. Got it mixed up. Got the games mixed up. I was thinking about Christmas Eve. But there's big games, okay, all throughout the division tomorrow. So we got to watch, and conference. So we got to watch closely, because the season is starting to narrow down. It's week 14. There's 4 games left. So not including tomorrow, but it's 4 games left. So we are down the home stretch. And Washington, like I said in my last video, their bye week came perfectly. And I said that back in May, how I personally felt like the bye week came at a perfect time, because I assumed that we were going to be in a similar predicament. I couldn't obviously predict 7-5-1, obviously, because I thought we would probably be much better, and I thought Carson Wentz would still be at the helm right now. Okay, so I didn't predict that exact predicament, but I knew that this bye week would have been, pretty helpful for the Washington Commanders, because I knew we were going to be in position to possibly be in the playoff race. So I think it came at the right time, because Washington, they've been playing a grueling long season. This bye week is much needed, so now they can get ready for the last 4 games of the season, the most important 4, and the one that's the most important out of all 4 of them, at least right now, is the Giants game. So I think Washington is sitting comfortable right now. We can be better, but I think the bye week is definitely coming at the right time, because we can get Juice back. Hopefully Chase Young, Trey Turner, Sam Cosmi, everybody that's nicked up can get healed up for that stretch. But back to the topic of today's video. What player to you feel needs to step up, to you feels like they need to step up, the most to make a playoff run? To me, I wouldn't say it's pretty easy, but it's pretty easy. To me, the person that needs to step up the most in order for the Washington Commanders to have a playoff run is none other than quarterback Taylor Heinicke. Taylor Heinicke needs to step up in a major way, because without him, this team is going to fall to the ground, okay? The quarterback position is obviously the most important position in football. And whether it's a guy that you feel like is the future, or the guy that you're just riding with right now, in our case, we're just riding with this guy right now, he needs to play good. I don't care how good our defense is, how good it's been playing. I don't care how good the best defense is ever. You need, in this day and age, quarterback play, okay? Just ask the 2019, 2020 49ers. If they had better quarterback play, they would have beat the Chiefs, okay? Teams, this is no longer the 2000s. This is no longer 1985. This is 2020, 2022, okay? And this is a generation where the league is driven by points, and this league is driven by quarterback play. So for our team to be successful, we need the best version of Taylor Heinicke. Obviously, I'm not expecting Taylor Heinicke to ever stroke it for 350 and 4 touchdowns. We need the best version of himself. If the best version of Taylor Heinicke is 220 for 19 of 24, 2 touchdowns. Give me that. I take that any day of the week from Taylor Heinicke, okay? Because then you're not accounting for, because I'm pretty sure our running game is going to be pretty effective, because you already know we like to stay balanced with B-Rob and Antonio Gibson, another guy that can get healthy because he's dealing with an ankle. And hand off to Curtis Samuel. So it's definitely that's not including how efficient our run game could be. And then on top of that, you add in how good our defense has been playing, from the defensive line to the secondary. So this team, in my opinion, has the talent and is in a position to not just make the playoffs, but if we get there, we can make some noise. But we need the quarterback, which is Taylor Heinicke, to step up. We can't have the overthrows to Logan Thomas when you're near the red zone. You can't have bad reads. You can't have YOLO balls that are going to force interceptions, okay? And I know you're probably like, Juan, that's all a part of Taylor Heinicke's game, and I totally understand that. But there's a difference between throwing up a yellow ball with one-on-one coverage, then throwing it into triple coverage, where your guy pretty much doesn't have a chance unless something crazy happens, i.e. the Minnesota Vikings game with Curtis Samuel, right? So I don't want Taylor Heinicke to change his game plan, his game style. In fact, I feel like he hasn't been doing that. He has been doing that, changing his game style. He's not playing with the much reckless abandon that we fell in love with in 2020, because he knows he is the starter for the rest of the season. So he's trying to do everything to not get hurt. And I'm not knocking that, but what makes Taylor Heinicke so fun and successful is his reckless abandon, his ability to, fight for the extra yards, throw the YOLO ball, which I love, obviously, if it's one-on-one coverage. You know what I'm saying? Because I like mines against anybody's in the NFL, okay? So that aspect of things I don't want to change. But the miscues, the high throws, the sacks that you could have avoided, the forced into double coverage, the lack of anticipation that he tends to show at times, which causes for footballs to be late, because he doesn't have the strongest arm in the world. And who's new to that? Everyone knows that. He doesn't have the strongest arm in the world, so he can't, throw balls late and expect for the receiver to still catch the ball. That's harm's way, because you don't have that zip that a Josh Allen possesses, that a Justin Herbert possesses, that a Patrick Mahomes possesses, that a Aaron Rodgers possesses, even at this age. You don't possess that kind of zip. So he has to anticipate. And what is one thing that his idol did so well, that being Brett Favre? Anticipated, because he knew he didn't have the strongest arm in the world. So he tried to put the ball where the receiver needs to be and not put the ball right on the receiver late. Case in point, Atlanta Falcons game. Remember this play vividly, okay? Try to memorize and picture this play in your brain, okay? Washington has the ball. The ball is hiked. Taylor Heinicke drops back the pass. Terry McLaurin is running a comeback route. Terry has an opportunity to make a good play on the ball. He's open. Taylor Heinicke throws it late. A.J. Terrell picks it off. Turns out it wasn't a pick, but at the moment we thought it was, and that was because the ball was late. He threw it when Terry McLaurin was turning around, instead of throwing it when Terry was still running with his back turned to the ball. So when he comes out of his break, the ball is right on him. That's how it's supposed to be done. If we want to make a playoff run, we can't have those miscues, okay? You got to be damn near perfect from here on out and into the playoffs if I'm Taylor Heinicke, okay? And again, what gives me some sense of confidence that I can ride with Taylor Heinicke in that aspect of things is because he not only knows the playbook like the back of his hand, he has some playoff experience. Like I said in my last video, he has some playoff experience, okay? He had the 2020 playoff game. So with him, with majority of this team, we already know what the playoffs is like. So this is a good opportunity for Washington to get in and actually make some noise. But we must get some good football out of Taylor Heinicke if we, in fact, want to be successful. If we don't, okay, and we want to continue to be the same old Washington Commanders, Taylor Heinicke, go out there and stink it up. Go out there and have a Minnesota game, okay? Go out there and have a what's another game this year that he wasn't the best in? I'm trying to think here. The Giants game, he was solid. He had some missed throws. Let's see. The first half of the Green Bay Packers game, he wasn't the best. If we want to continue to be the same old Washington, go out there and play like that. But if you want to change the narrative, and notice how it doesn't matter what we talk about here on the channel, it's always about changing the narrative. We want to change the narrative that's here in Washington. Taylor Heinicke has to be the front runner in the success that we had. Without him, the narrative won't change. I don't care how good this defense is. This year is when we want to change the narrative. If Taylor Heinicke is at his top of the game and he's playing well and this team is looking good, we'll be successful because the quarterback is the most important position in this game. So let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. What's a player that you think needs to step up and down the stretch and into the playoffs, or down the stretch if we want to make the playoffs? Leave it down below. Is it Taylor Heinicke or is it somebody else? I'm interested to read your comments. As always, it's me, Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Thank you so much. I'm out. Hey.
Cost me one time, that's gonna get you pop, get you driving, slide on the one where that